Yeah, all right, guys. So today I want to show you the Notion templates for journaling. So this is my homepage. You can see I have a couple of things I'm tracking, but for today I'm going to be showing you how you can use the journal. So what I did here is very simple, and like I said, once you open your Notion, it's not going to look exactly like mine, right? So you're going to see that it's pretty much blank with the how to do this and how to do that. Okay, so don't give up. All right, I had no idea about what Notion is. Okay, I had to learn it for this purpose, right? And today I can code. I won't call it code. I can design anything I want to do on the Notion. Okay, so it's pretty much like every other tool. At first, when you're looking at it, you do not understand what is there. All right, so it's now with time you begin to understand. So it's a lot better than Excel sheet, right? You can use an Excel sheet, but Notion is a lot better. You can look at all your losing trades. You can look at all your winning trades. You can filter these things, right? So it's actually a lot better, and it's there on your mobile. It's easy for you to just open it up and type. So I highly recommend using the Notion. So what I did here is, see, I have to tell you, you can see this is my mentee's copy, right? I'm trying to, make it available for you, right? So, but I know it will not fit your need exactly. So you would need to still modify some things, but this should get you started. All right. So this is the actual journal, right? So what you can see here is, the months of the year. This is 2023, and you can easily duplicate this by coming here. You click on this and then you duplicate. Once you duplicate, you can have maybe 2024, 2025, like that here. All right, so you can see it's still loading, right? It's trying to duplicate the data here. So I actually do recommend that you do this before you start to fill in the data here. Otherwise, you would have to, after when you do the duplicate, you will have to come back here to delete the other files. So I think I'll just keep this one here for you as 2024. So but going forward, please take note of that. Okay, so this is completely empty. All right, otherwise if you start filling and you haven't done that, you will have to duplicate. So let's assume, okay, so we're in August. So you just come, you can see you can open here, right? You can open here for you to enter the data for that month. So this is the group for all the months of the year, right? Because it's a continuous process, guys. So what we're looking for here is very simple. At the end of the month, you just need to say, okay, how many trades did I take? Let's say I took 20 trades, right? How many of them were losers? Let's say I lost 10 of them, right? I lost 10 of them. How many of them were winners? Let's say I won 7 of them, right? For example, right? This is your win rate. Okay, how many of them break even? Now, if I lost 10 and won 7, it means that my break even is 3. Okay, meaning I didn't make money on 3, right? So you can see your win rate for that month was 41.18% based on the data that you have gathered. All right, so this is putting it lightly. Okay, there is more to it, right? It's going deeper and deeper. This data, how did you know how many you won, lost, and all of that? You're going to now come inside the file. See, you can see open here. So when I open it, it will now take me deeper, one step inside, right? And I've selected all these things, according to how I like to look at them. Okay, so you can change that. You can come here, expand it. So this is inside January, right? You can see January here. This is the data that I imputed. Okay, so look at what I've done here. So if you have ideas, you can put them there so that later on, maybe by the end of the year or whatever, you can come back to those information. All right, so but for this month, for the month of January, I'm going to have goals, just so that you can, keep out of sight is out of mind, right? So you want to keep your goals in sight, right? That's why I have them here. So I just list the major goals that I'm looking to achieve for the week, for the month here. And then based on my journal, right, what are the emotional problems I'm currently having and what have I resolved to do? Okay, so I'm writing those things here. Then coming forward, you have the actual data. So like I told you, this is you can leave this as simple as you can. You can add, you can subtract, but everything here is self-explanatory. I've added a lot of things here, guys, and I promise you're going to like this journal, right? Because I took my time to build this, and this is not gotten for free. Okay, I don't think you're going to get this for free from anybody, right? So if you're watching the video, perhaps you should like, share, do, and all of that, right? So I mean, just to encourage me. Okay, so here, what you have here is the pair. You take the pair, you take the setup. You can adjust all of this. It's very easy. Just right click here and then go to edit properties. Then you can see the plus button. I can use the plus button to add. If you're using maybe change of character, you can add change of character. If you're using flip entry, you can add flip entry. If you're using, let's say, a particular pattern, Quasimodo, Judas swing, power of 3, whatever you're using, you can actually put it here, right? So these are the setup. I have a setup I call Nile Crook, so I use that setup here. All right, so I have one where a moving average is crossing, so I put that one as well. So it depends on your setup, right? So it is peculiar to you. Whatever works for you, you come here, add it. If you want to delete the ones I've added here already, you can very easily come here, right click and delete. All right, so you can see that one is deleted. Okay, so take note of that. You can add and you can delete. Right, so when you're imputing, it's easy. You just, once you click here, you click the setup. You don't need to type it. All right, and then did you do full analysis, yes or no? Because you need to take note of that as well, guys. If you did full analysis, or you just just did jaga 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 and then you run away. I'll move this over to this area here. So this is the sample trade number 1, so you can just write 1, right? On the other trade, you can write trade number 2, right? And then the pair, and then what is the setup, and then did you do full analysis or not? Because you want to you want to tell yourself, all right, I didn't do full analysis, right? And I told you, include even the trades you did not plan to take, and then take the screenshots, right? So what day of the week is it? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Add, subtract, however you like. What type of day? I don't know if this is entirely important for you. But if it is not, you can go over to the template and remove it. Okay, so like I said, you can delete the ones you don't like, right? You can delete this, all right, if it's not applicable to you. What was the date, the entry date? So you see Notion has like the date, so that's today's 13th, right? So you can see 13th is here. You just click 13th, right? It's really easy. Then here you can either embed the link, so you just copy and paste the link, or if you took a screenshot, you choose the file from your phone or your computer, right? And then it's the same thing here. So you can see this is a higher time frame, this is a lower time frame. So you take those 2 pictures, right? And then depending on what you do, right? So I have 1:5 RR trade, right? So I take that, I just click this. So once I click this, it's registered that I won the trade. So if I lost the trade, it means I have to click this, all right, and then uncheck this. So it registers as SL. And why this is important is because if you come up here to all the trades that you have won, the one that you selected here will be listed as won. The one that you lost will be listed as lost. So you can see all of them together, right? So you can see this is the one I just selected, right? That's the one that is here, all right? So you see it as lost trade. That's sample number 1, right? You see it as lost trade. Okay, so So you can see then manually, right? This is your manual management. Did you close by 9 o'clock? If you did, so here you can see how did you close manually. Was it in profit? Was it in loss? Did you break even? Were you stopped out by your trailing position? All right, so you want to take note of all of that. And then your observations, right? What did you observe in the trade? Anything worth noting, right? You just write it. Okay, and this is a very important part for improving the system. Okay, so your goal here is to say, okay, what am I seeing on this trade, and how can I use that information to improve my system? All right, so here's the most important part, right? This is the diary, your emotions. All right, so here you're taking the trade number, you're taking the chart, just a picture of the chart. It's just seeing what the market looks like, right? If you can. But if you're using your diary, it means you cannot have this. If you're using like an actual paper and pen, you can't have that. So, but you can have, you can describe the market, right? Yeah, this is the first one where you say, okay, is it a good market? Is it a bad market? How can you describe the market? What does the market look like to you, right? Is it quiet? Is it active? Okay, because this is going to affect you. All right, the market can be quiet, and just because you are bored, it can make you feel bored, right? Under the feelings, you were feeling bored, and that can make you to take a decision that you're not supposed to take, right? You're waiting, and then you did something, or you describe further. If it doesn't meet, it doesn't quite meet what I added here doesn't quite meet what you want, right? You can add and remove. I need you to understand that part. You have to be flexible with this thing, because there's not any, there's no one thing that works in the market. And I think that's why trading is so difficult, right? Because you have to adjust things to suit you. All right, you have to adjust things to suit you. All right, so further description as to, okay, if you want to make more statement as to maybe the market was breaking out, there was news, it was running and all of that, right? You put all those things in your full description of what the market was doing at that time, and then how did it affect you? All right, how did whatever it was that the market was doing, how did it affect you? Okay, how did you feel? You write that. All right, you write that. And then what were you thinking? Your thoughts, you write that. Okay, so I'm not going to go, and then what you did, you write that. I'm not going to go into deep because I don't want the video to be long. And then what's the consequences? Did you lose money? Did you blow your account? What's the consequences of all of these things? So if you have a coach, your coach will just need to look at this and tell you, okay, this is what your problem is, and this is the solution for your problem. All right. So that's how you can use that. And then you can improve on your bad trades. Okay, your goal is to try to eliminate the losing trades, right? If you can remove all the negatives in your MT5, I'm sure that you will be very much high in profit. Okay, so you're looking to improve on your good trades, and as well looking to work on your bad trades. Okay, so your losing trade, you take a picture, you take you describe the losing trade. If you cannot take a picture, you're asking yourself, what can I learn, and how you can improve the next day. All right, so this is, and then did you miss any trade? If you missed a trade, come here and put in all the data about the trade that you missed. All right, why did you miss it? Okay, so were you busy, or did you wake up late? Okay, so if you woke up late, that means you need to wake up earlier, right? Were you didn't set your alert, or you didn't know your alert rang? Just whatever it is, just take note of it. The goal is to reduce if you're missing trades and your system is supposed to give you 10%, the trades that you miss might be the winning trades that would have led to 10%. All right, so you want to ensure that you are not missing trades. All right, so that's what the journal, this is what the journal should look like. Okay, but as a bonus, and I really have to say that I have to be really, really honest with you. This is not something that should be given out for free, right? Because I added a lot more here. Okay, I added a lot more here. So this is a data gotten from backtesting, one of my very simple strategy that beginners can use, to make profit. All right, so this is if you have an idea, you can come in here and put the idea. So you can go through these, in your spare time. I think this is the link to the video that describes the idea. It's just, Asian range based. right? So, and here I describe the concept. So if your concept is smart money, you can call me and say, okay, my concept is structure and liquidity, all those things that those guys say that they are the ones taking the money from the smart money from they are trading like the bank and all of that, right? That's your concept. ICT will say price and time, right? He expects price to do a certain thing at a certain time. So that's the concept. All right. So you describe that concept. What do you want to see? What do you want to, what do you want to backtest? That's the thing. This is for backtesting, right? So what do you want to backtest, right? So you include it there. What you want to backtest. What are your entry and exit criteria? Okay, so once you have done that, you can now go into the data. Okay, you can go into the data, click here, right? The name of your strategy, you can see maybe Judas swing or whatever, setup, right? And then you click open. So when you open, what you have here is the page where you impute the data. And mind you, I've already imputed some data here. Okay, so just a second. Okay, so there you have it, right? So you can see I've entered data here. Feel free, this is for forward testing, this is for back testing. You can see how deep this is, and imagine how long it took me to sit down to build this. Okay, so so yeah, here you can see how I entered the data. So go through it in your spare time. Not in your spare time, right? If you're not a profitable, why I added this is because if you don't have a system that's profitable, there is nothing to backtest, right? There's nothing to backtest. You need to first come up with a system. You need to learn. You need to get a mentor who's going to teach you a system that works. Then when you like the system, you like the risk to reward, it resonates with you, you can now adopt it. And then you use the journal to reduce the errors you are making when you are trading that system. Okay, but you have to develop the system first. All right, so this is where you're crunching data. You're looking at your win rate. You're looking at the risk to reward. You're looking at the number of trades that you can take in a month, right? You're looking at what is the maximum drawdown you can get. All right, so I'm going to end the video here now so that it's not too long. So if you have any question, just do well to reach out to me. If you like to join, and I have like a lot, just go over this, right? There's a lot for you to take out from this. There's a whole lot. Okay, I'm going to leave it the way it is without deleting or changing any of the data. Okay, so I'm going to leave everything the way it is. So just go over it, and then if you have any questions with it, you can let me know. But I think I've covered the major thing. This is easy to use, right? So I'm going to just attach this video here so that you can use it each time you have any trouble navigating anything. And like I said, personally, I do not like to include the PNL on my. I don't like to include the PNL here, right? On the statistics. Okay, I don't want to see it at all until maybe the end of the month. I want to now look at it and say, okay, what did I get? So if you observe here, I just stopped at comments, right? I did not include how much I made that day or how much I lost that day. Okay, I'm just focused on executing that system. All right, so I don't want the money to be my problem. Okay, so I try to remove my eyes from it as much as possible. Even on my MT4, I don't open that terminal. Okay, I'm not opening that terminal. Even if it's opened, what I will see is how many pips I have gained or how many pips I've lost. All right, so you can include or exclude it if you like. So you can add on each trade how much you made, how much you lost, and then you can add how much your account has increased with or how much your account has decreased by. I beg your pardon. Right, so you can put all of those things together, and then when I told you when you do your back test, you want to know your profit factor. Okay, so that is how you can also get your profit factor. But even without doing that, you can just look at all the total amounts that you lost and the total amounts that you made, right? So your profit factor is all the money you made. If you made a total of is gross profit over gross loss. So if you made a total of, if that month you made, let's say you're trading $100,000 account, you gained, let's say $30,000, but you lost $10,000. So your profit factor is going to be $30,000 divided by $10,000. So that's 3. All right. So it's greater than 1.3. All right. So you can make maybe 30,000 and lose maybe 25,000. You can see you're going to be around 1. Let's say 1.2, 1.3, thereabout. All right. So I said that the goal is to ensure that your profit factor is at least 1.3. Right. So ensure that your profit factor is at least 1.3. All right. On your back test. Now, when you now start imputing your data, you now check how much you're making, how much you're losing. So if your profit factor is on paper, your profit factor is, let's say 2.5 on paper, right? When you finish trading for the month, you need to look at it and say, okay, what is my profit factor this month? And how is it different from my system's profit factor? All right. So, thank you so much, guys. So I'm going to include a link to this journal on the description. So I'm also going to include the link to my Telegram channel, so that if you have any question, you can reach out to me. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. All right. It's always a pleasure to share my ideas, my thoughts, and like I said, if you have any question on this, because I know you might have a couple of challenges at first, feel free to reach out to me. Okay. Thank you so much. Do have a lovely week. Goodbye.